Welcome to France, and welcome back to the mightiest of all channels, Carp. Behind my shoulder is a humongous lake out here in France, and I actually drove down yesterday, the big 10-hour drive to my grandparents' house. I slept over the night, and obviously I'm in a very privileged position where they live in a region where there's an abundance of big carp and pretty impressive lakes.
After an evening meal and a good look at some maps with my grandparents, I decided to fish a lake that wasn't too far away. The only problem would be the access to it.
Well, that's a lake. That's one way to get to a lake. Oh man, crazy. And I've arrived at this really impressive place. It's another one of these massive barrages with loads of arms and crazy depths. I found somewhere, which is also very rare out here, that I've actually managed to drive the van pretty much into the swim. It looks pretty good. I've got a nice oak tree lined margin, some entrances and exits to a few little arms, and then a load of open water as well. Loads of different options, and hopefully over the next couple of nights I managed to catch a carp from this pretty impressive lake. Well, I've just got the bivvy up, as you can see behind me, and it's hot, man. It's really hot, and I thought I'd timed it well, but in the past couple of days the weather forecast has changed. It's meant to be 30 degrees tomorrow, but it already feels about 25 degrees. Anyway, I'm going to stop complaining because I'm here and I'm out in France and I'm doing it. I'm just going to get a couple of rigs ready. Usually, not all the time, usually the banks of the lake translate to what's in these lakes. So if you've got a big bouldery rocky bank, you're probably going to have big boulders and it's going to be quite rocky in the lake. Here, as you can see, I'm on a pretty sandy moon-like surface, and yeah, if there's anything like this out there, I'm going to be very happy indeed, because this is going to make it very easy for me to present off. Put some sun cream on as well, because this sun feels hot. When rain is raining, there can be dry rain and wet rain. When the sun is sunning, there can be sunshine and then hot sun. This classifies as hot sun. I'm hot.
It was time to deploy the rods. The far margin offered a huge range of different spots, some up against snags, overhanging trees, and some in deeper plateaus that looked prime for a bite. After an initial pass scanning the margin for depths, with the deeper, I dropped the underwater camera, looking for areas that were clean. The less leaf litter, the better. Areas like this looked perfect. A couple donks of the lead to make sure I pinpointed the exact spot, and it was time to bait up. After a healthy scattering of the Carp Particles tigers, along with some 24mm Atlantic heats, I deployed the rigs. I felt pretty confident I covered all bases, deep water and the shallows. In this heat, I wasn't too sure where the carp would rather be, but I'd learned lots from this first night. Back to the bank, and it was time for the final rods to be put into place. These spots were cool. Big overhanging margins made for a natural refuge for the carp. Surely they'd visit these areas.
Well, I don't know if you can see that, but it's not much to see. For the first time ever, I've just crashed my drone into these trees and I think it fell, but I don't know how to find it. I think it was somewhere up here. There. Phew. At least I've got it back. What does red lights mean? It looks fine. Whoa, I'm shocked. There's a bit of blade missing on that one, but that looks all right. Does it work? Please work. That works. Give it a rest for a minute. Phew. At least I got it back. That's the first time I've ever done that. A lot of people probably don't like technology in fishing, but to be honest, out here It's a must. Otherwise, you don't catch as many carp. It is simple as that. Something pretty epic has just happened. I wasn't even ready for it. I didn't have any cameras. Thankfully, I had a net set up. Look at that. Mill pond out there. Oh my word, I'm shaking. Oh, look at that. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Oh my word, it looks massive in the water. I don't think it is huge, but it's not small, that's for sure. And what it doesn't have in size, as in 50-pounder size, it makes up for it with those scales. Oh, well, how about that for a carp? To start off this trip on the first day, I can't remember the last time I caught something like this on the first day of the trip. It fought like an absolute machine. I didn't have anything ready, so apologies that it wasn't on camera. It looked about twice as big in the water, so I was a little bit scared, but wow. Look at that. What a way to start in the French sunshine. I could not be any more happy. Oh, wow. Well, that's the rod back out there. I decided to do the fish before getting the rod back out, just because, for one, it's pretty hot at the minute, so I don't want him resting in the margins for too long, and two, the sun's going down now. It's an end of my first day out here and my mind is pretty blown, to be honest. I'm going to actually make a fire because there's a lot of midges around. So I've got something here from little Otto. I am still little Otto, but even littler Otto. A flint and steel. I did a lot of outdoor stuff and camping and building dens when I was growing up. Thought on this trip to pack the old Bear Grylls flint and steel. Hopefully I can start a fire with it. I've got a bit of cotton wool and some very dry twigs, as they've been roasting all today. Give these a few sparks like that, and hopefully it gets lit up. I'm sorry that this isn't shavings from some pine or something, but I'll pop that on there and hopefully we can get this started. There we go. Hopefully that catches the cardboard. There's little to no wind, so this fire won't get out of control or big at all. I could just do with some of the smoke. Well, there we go. We have flame. Obviously I'll demolish this little circle of rocks and clean up after myself once I've gone. But this hopefully will keep me warm. And I've put it over here because the wind's obviously going, or what wind there is going in that direction. That's sort of towards the front of my bivvy. Hopefully it gets rid of any nasty little midges that want to bite me.
The night was uneventful to my surprise, and I was up early scanning the water. I heard a few fish round to my right, up a shallower end of the lake. Coffee's on, and it was time to make a decision.
The boats are out in force. There seems to be some sort of activities group or something that has descended on the lake today. Yeah, there's a load of little canoes going up and down, making an absolute racket.
I think it was this that made me move. After a canoeist picked up my H-block and towed it with them for 20 metres, that was it. I wanted to find some shallower water that was a bit more peaceful, where I heard the fish earlier that morning.
I'm completely out of breath from moving. Bivvy's up, I'm sweating, I had to change my t-shirt, but the rigs and rods are all here. These are all the old rigs from last night. You can actually see on some of the boilies, they've actually been crayed, so I might switch over to some plastic baits. The far margin isn't just flat, it kind of goes into a little bay, so let's do it. I'm excited about this one.
This far margin offered me even more options than the night before. Boating out into the heat, I could fully appreciate the strength of the sun. It was hot. The spots looked great though. With the bottom checked once again with the underwater camera, I was more than happy. The rods were set and I was very confident for the night ahead.
It was almost too easy catching that first fish. When I turned up, you put the rods out and 4 hours later you catch one. That's not really what I want from coming out here. I'd rather wait a few days and work for them and then be happy with what I catch. So yeah, I feel like I've worked now, which is a nice feeling. It's nice to know that you're putting in a load of effort, and yeah, I'm really enjoying myself if you haven't noticed already. The sun has just dipped once again after a very sunny day, and I think now is time to spark up another fire, as that really did help with the midges yesterday. I've got a very good feeling about tonight. What should I do, Emma?
We should stop being lazy and get up off your arse and go to a new lake.
Okay. Are you going to work now?
Yes.
All right, shall I say bye to you?
Yes.
Okay, bye-bye. Have a great day and work.
You too.
Speak to you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye, bye-bye. I was being a bit silly, to be honest. Nothing happened last night, which is a big surprise, to be honest. I thought it would, but because it hasn't, Emma's told me, as you heard, I'm going to a new lake. I need to get off my arse, get the rods in, and head off before it gets too hot. Let's do it, come on. Need a bit of motivation here. Let's go and catch a carp. It's the midday heat right now, so yeah, it's gonna take a bit of time and effort to do all of this for a night, but hopefully it's worth it.
Sweating buckets, I unloaded the van, making sure to top up on water before I boated off. This was the worst day for the heat. I felt like a boiled egg as I set off onto the lake. Everything felt like it was moving in slow motion. I think I had quite enough sun for the day. My priority was to find some shade.
Well, I've travelled up one of the arms of this lake, and this is one of the shallower arms. It's 34 degrees right now, and I am sweating like crazy. I'm just looking for somewhere I can get in amongst these trees, because this arm's looking quite nice. I definitely could get in there if I wanted to, so it's always good. I'm gonna look a bit further up if there's anything, because all it does is get shallower and shallower as you go up here, so it's the plan. We've made land. Bonk. Let's get fishing. Got one night to make it happen. Then I've got to pick up Emma, so no messing about. Let's do it. I've got something a bit out of the shade because that is an absolute must. It's 34 degrees, I've got a slight headache, my mouth is so dry. Yeah, I need to stay out that sun because it's a hot one again. But yeah, there's a nice far margin. It actually drops off to about 20 meters out here, which is probably sounds a bit crazy, but sometimes when it is this hot, the fish are up in the snags in the day and they're not actually feeding. And at night, then they venture off and they feed and they go into the deeper water. It drops off to about 30 meters out in front, so yeah, I'm just finding small little plateaus or areas where it's not as steep. Gorgeous evening it is. It's all gone calm and still. The sun's finally dipped down and that intense heat has finally gone. Boy, am I happy, because yeah, that was a bit much today. That was the hottest of the lot. And for one last night on my own, I'm gonna put a bit of food on and enjoy the French sunset. What a place. This is seriously beautiful. Well, that didn't go quite as I thought and to plan. What a tough few days. It's been hot. Really flipping hot.